for your weekly dose of pop culture
with Csi and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. Hey, it's Saturday night. We're starting a little late, having some technical difficulties, but nevertheless here for you during quarantine and beyond. It's Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. I'm Kathy Walker, along with my brother, who's
Kenny.
taking a sip when I introduce him.
Yes, I'm sorry. We were having some technical difficulties to start off, and I needed to take a sip because we were working through.
We
My
have
bad.
been working through some technical difficulties. And hello. Cousin Lisa is watching. Bless you. We're so happy that you're here. We got started a little late, but thank you for joining us. And we were having so much sound problems last week, especially with Kenny's sound, that one of the things I did is I did the little Google search and went on Amazon and got him what I thought was a pretty decent live streaming microphone that you can plug into a soundboard, but you could also plug it directly into your computer. And that is the Samsung Q2U, hashtag not sponsored, just a reliable kind of streaming mic that I was actually considering purchasing, but I'm still kind of using my mic, which is a pod mic, which I actually won for free last year during Podfest, which I got to go to at the beginning of March 2020, the end of February 2020, beginning of March was probably the last time I got to do any major travel. I was down there in Florida. When I came back from Florida, I flew to Philadelphia, and my brother actually picked me up at the airport. Got a $27 one-way ticket that I was so excited about. And had I known it was going to be the last time I would be flying in well over a year, I probably would have been more excited about it. But do you remember that when you picked me up from the airport in Philly about a year ago this time?
No, no,
You don't remember? Wow.
no.
And here I'm like, feeling all kind of like, some sort of way going,
I do
wow,
not
it's,
remember.
been a year. 'Cause
But I remember
you
last
flew
year this
down to
time
Philly.
coming to.
I mean, you flew down to
I
Newark,
remember last year this
Carolina.
time coming to. No, I remember that. I don't remember you coming to Philly.
It was about like 2 weeks later because like I said, I went to
It
Florida
was.
for this Podfest convention, which is really cool with podcasters and the whole podcast thing. And I actually won a contest and won this pod mic, this is just like the coolest mic. It was free. I got this big thing on it, but actually when you look at ooh, it's like, it looks like a real, I'm a broadcaster mic. Anyway, I was excited about it. It's just a pod mic, my Rode mic. Anyway. But in any case, I thought, well, we were having problems last week, and it seems like your voice was going in and out. So I thought, oh, maybe it would be cool to have like a really cool mic, and that would help the situation. But I think I just might have created even more problems, so I apologize.
Okay, it is what it
uh,
is. I like the way this mic sounds in my headphones, though.
okay, you can't see the comments. Oh man,
Yeah, I can see
I'm
the
messing
comments.
everything up tonight. I was
Yeah, I can't
We
see
were
the
working
comments.
on settings, and I think I hit some settings uh, that messed things up. Okay, is that better? I think I
Hold on a
got it down.
second.
I changed some settings, and
Yes.
I just totally
Hey,
messed
Lisa,
things
how you
up.
doing?
Now, can you see the comments?
I see the comments
I
now.
was changing all these settings on my end because he said, I can't hear you. I can't hear the sound. You must have did something different. You must have did something different. And it turns out you had the plug somewhere wrong. No. Now he's not talking to me at all.
Yeah. No. You're right. I had the plug wrong. I had the wrong. That's my bad.
Okay. All right.
So,
So, I guess my question, well, here's the thing, and I got to share this, and I know Next week's topic is the Marvel Universe, and we're going to be talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I have to tell you, do you know what I did all day today? Or did I tell you already?
What you did all day today?
I did, it had to be a good 7 hour WandaVision. Well, I was sleeping part of that time because I felt crappy because I went out to a football game last night and it was way too cold and I probably shouldn't have went. But anyway, but I watched WandaVision and it was so addictive that I had to keep watching it. Have you seen any of that?
I've seen all of it.
Oh, you've seen all of it. Okay.
It
Wow.
come it
So,
look on Friday morning. On Friday mornings on Disney Plus, it's at 9 o'clock. As I'm working from home at 9:01, I got WandaVision on.
wow.
For the
So,
last 6 weeks or so, I've been like looking forward to Friday.
wow. To binge some WandaVision. Actually,
The
I'm
binge,
in a
yes.
way I'm kind of glad that I just did like a 2 day binge. I like between 2 days I watched all the episodes because it was easier to watch it back to back as opposed to waiting a week. That might have driven me nuts because it was kind of like I had some theories about what was going on and I just needed answers. But you know what? We're not even going down that road and doing that spoiler vision. What we're talking about today is spinoffs, and
Yeah.
classic spinoffs. And I guess I was thinking about WandaVision too because the first couple of episodes really poked fun or at classic television, which kind of inspired some of the spinoffs that we're talking about today. I thought, and I love that aspect of it because hello,
Yes.
pop culture
Yes.
theory.
Yes.
So, so at the
So
bottom of our list, and I think this show has like the most spinoffs ever.
yes.
Um,
Yes.
Star Trek. So for all the Trekkies in the house,
Yes.
live
All
long
the
and
Trekkies in the
prosper.
house.
Um, oh, you like the way I did that? Or is that Nanu Nanu?
Live long and prosper.
All right, everybody, get your Vulcan on,
Get your welcome sign up.
get your Vulcan sign up.
I have it up. There you go. Okay. Okay. So in any event,
So Star Trek had a lot of sequels,
yes,
and
it's all the
I actually remember, and I need to find this because I find it interesting and fascinating. But I know when our mom did like corporate training kind of things when she was at the Social Security Administration, they did a whole leadership, um, I guess, presentation on the Star Trek captains and the different captains and their leadership styles. I have to get her to give me that information, that resource, because there have been a lot of cool Star Trek captains, and each of them I think represents a different leadership style. Whether it's Kirk, Picard, um, gosh, I'm running short on captains. But go ahead and talk about the list about some of these
okay.
spin-offs for the
Okay,
Star
so
Trek
first
franchise.
is the spinoffs. You have the Star Trek. You have the Star Trek animated series.
Hmm.
And then the first new Star Trek actual live act was the Next Generation. Star
Which, could we
Trek
pause for a
card.
minute? Which I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there into the ether that I think the Next
Don't
Generation
don't
was
don't.
the best of the Star Trek spin-offs.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going there.
All right. Slow down. Slow down. Because you're not really a Trekkie.
What's that mean?
You're not
I'm
really a
not really a
Trekkie.
Trekkie.
No, are you a Trekkie?
I think so. I'm not an old school Trekkie.
Well,
I
Trekkie,
will
a
confess to
Trek
liking
somebody
the
who
Next
knows
Generation much better
everything.
than the original series.
Yeah.
Although I get what the original
Trekkie is
series
somebody
was
who
trying to
knows something
say.
about all
It
Star Treks.
hmm?
Knows
In
something
order to
about
be a
all the
Trekkie,
Star
you gotta
Treks.
like all Star Treks. I don't know.
It's not that I like
I
all
need to
Star
go
Treks.
somewhere.
You have to know about the universe and all the intricacies of the universe. I
I
went
don't
to a
think so.
I went to a one of the Comic Cons I went to. They had all the starship captains at the time. Time it was hey Scooby, how you doing? At the time it was like 5 or 6 of them, Picard, and they even had minutes he was a starship in a new Star Trek movie. So they had all starship captains uh, $80 to get a picture with him.
$80 to get into a Star Trek convention.
Picture with William Shatner, you had to pay $80.
But not a Trekkie.
So you know who was a Trekkie?
Who's a Trekkie?
Martin Luther King was a Trekkie.
Say that again.
Martin Luther King was a Trekkie.
Oh, Martin Luther King was a Trekkie. And again, I don't
Yes.
know what is going on, but for some reason your sound goes in and out. So here's what I heard:
In
Martin
and out. Yeah.
King is a Trekkie. That's all
Oh,
I heard.
okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, kids. That my internet is not working. I think I have an idea to fix that for next time.
Okay.
Because the
Well,
one idea I wanted to
let's
try, I
hang
couldn't
in
do
here.
this one.
Also on the list is Deep Space Nine, which I saw a couple episodes. I was not a big Deep Space Nine fan.
Right.
Voyager, Enterprise, Discovery. There's a new one. I think you have to be on Paramount to see it, and that's Picard. There was
Yeah.
Short Treks, and I don't know was Short Treks a cartoon?
I don't know what Short Tracks was. I really know.
Okay, you just looked that up
I
in
just
your
saw.
notes.
I looked it
Lower
up and I
Decks
saw
and
it.
Strange New World. So
Strange New
again,
World is coming up. Strange New World hasn't aired yet.
Oh, Strange New World hasn't aired yet. Is that going to be on a streaming
Nope.
service or is that going to be syndicated?
I think it's going to be on probably Paramount.
Paramount, and I believe Paramount is. I thought they were merging with another service.
I
So
think
they're
Paramount.
on CBS
I think
Online now.
CBS.
It's going to be
Yeah, CBS Access. I think is Paramount. I think that's what's happening.
okay. CBS Access is going to be Paramount, so they're just going to clump all that
Yeah.
together. Now the next one, the next
Right.
TV show we had like not only has this TV show been on forever, which it seems like, but it's got that famous, and I probably should have pulled the sound effects. I apologize this week. Had I not been so consumed with WandaVision the last 2 days, I probably would have had the sound effect. But it's that famous clunk clunk that you know from Law and Order. Law and Order, which it within itself has been on like forever. I don't know whether
Yeah.
you got the digits or the time. We don't have that out there doing our checks. But Law and Order yielded Special Victims Unit, which I know it's SVU, but when you see it all the time, you call it SUV. Or is that just me? Okay, just me.
That's the shit.
I'll be alone on that one. I'll give I'll give myself the crickets.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not
What
a
else
big
is on
Law and
that
Order
list?
fan. Okay, so we have CSI Crime Scene Investigations.
Oh wait, I didn't talk about all the Law and Order spinoffs because they had a couple others. True
Oh,
Crime,
those. Okay, so
Conviction, Trial by Jury,
we have
Criminal
special. Yeah,
Intent. And they also had a couple. There was a Law and Order L.A. and they also had a couple TV movies, I think, with that Law and Order theme. Because again, when they were pulling those true stories out of the paper. But right, you're right. The next one is
CSI
CSI.
Crime Scene, and we had CSI Miami was a spinoff. CSI New York was a spinoff. Cyber was a spinoff.
Okay. CSI Cyber? I don't even remember that one.
I don't remember.
Mm. Yes. The original Law and Orders. Yes, Lenny. Oh,
Who's
those were the
Lenny?
good ones. I actually liked when he was paired with and see, I'm missing Ed. You could tell the days we don't have Ed because he's usually quick on the fact checks. Jerry Orbach, who played Lenny. But with him and Benjamin Bratt, I liked it. I just CSI Miami. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
maybe it's just me. CSI Miami used to creep me
There's
out
Ed.
because I'm sorry. Oh, Ed's in the house! Yay!
Ed's in the house. Yay.
I gotta cheer when Ed is in the house because he is always all over the facts. But okay, here's the thing: the guy from CSI Miami. I know he was in that cop show, but he's just creepy. I'm sorry, he creeps me out, and it's
Which
I'm
one?
not being
Oh, is that the
anti
guy?
redhead, but he creeps me out.
Yeah. Who's the actor? Because yeah,
Oh, I was
actor.
giving you space because sometimes you have to repeat it because we can get in
No,
here.
no.
Uh, oh yeah, and he was great, Jerry Orbach. May he rest in peace. Love me some Jerry Orbach.
Yes, because he was from
Because
Dirty Dancing.
nobody puts baby in a corner. All right, I know that wasn't his line, but uh, see, okay. Thank you, Scoob, because I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know whether he believed me
I'm
with the
sorry.
breaking up that
Yeah,
was happening a lot.
I believe I'm breaking up. I believe I'm breaking up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it. I
All
will
right.
try something else. No.
He's gonna play and fix some of the technical things. I'm gonna keep going with the list as we talk about TV shows and TV spinoffs. And like I said, I just binge WandaVision, so I'm totally into the whole TV theme right now. Loved it. I'm so anxious to talk about that as opposed to some of these shows. But one TV show, and
Next
I
week.
thought it had a second spinoff, and I could be wrong. The Cosby Show, and I know. Um, okay, I'm not even going to go down the whole rabbit hole with Cosby, but again, in the '80s, there was nothing like the Cosby Show. Although again, my biggest pet peeve about the Cosby Show is whenever they showed the daughter that moved out with the husband where they were living and it was supposed to be this horrible place, but the exterior that they would show was always looked like a street in Park Slope, Brooklyn. And I'm thinking, oh no, honey, those apartments, those houses are way too expensive for it to be the rat trap that they were trying to portray it as. But I digress. Anyway, but the Cosby Show led to the spinoff, A Different World. But I thought there was another spinoff with Whitley and Dwayne Wayne, but I could
Mm,
be wrong.
mm.
There
I
wasn't.
don't remember that. No, I don't
Okay.
think so. No, I didn't see one. When I was researching that, I didn't see a spinoff.
Okay. Well, hopefully you could talk about the next one because I don't know whether all these shows were necessarily spinoffs or whether just the stars were in these shows. But
Yeah,
again, this is not my
I don't know.
wheelhouse. You're the one with all the kids, and you know Nickelodeon like
Yeah,
nobody's business. I have
you don't
to
have to say it like
admit,
that.
I am not a Nickelodeon expert. Um, that's where
Well,
my middle
the TV
school
show, all
knowledge
that
draws
had an
out.
ensemble cast, and the TV show, all that had an ensemble cast of child actors. Those child actors went and got their own shows. So Blam, you had Keenan and Kel, which was funny. You had the Amanda Show, which was Amanda Bynes. You had
Nick
the
Cannon
Nick Cannon
show.
Show, I guess. Yep, and Zoe 101 and Just Jordan. Just never seen Zoe 101. I don't know how that connected to all that, but I think maybe the actors from all that spin off into their own shows.
Okay. But like all that, that was like a comedy variety kind of show, or was it?
Yeah,
I'm
like I say that
confused.
it was like a Saturday Night Live for kids. Yeah,
A
it
Saturday
was
Night
like
Live for kids.
all that was like Saturday Night
So,
Live for kids.
cause
Yes,
wasn't like Good Burger one of the like
one of the skits. Yes,
one of the skits that got they actually turned that into a whole movie, which I know was
Good Burger.
Keenan and Cal. Okay.
Yes, Keenan
See,
and Kel.
I
Yes,
do
welcome
know
to Good
some
Burger.
Nickelodeon stuff.
Welcome to Good Burger? Home of the Good. Can I take your order?
All right, but now we're gonna kick it old school because this show, the original show, starred Lee Majors as the
Yes,
Bionic Man, and oh,
yes,
I'm sorry, I just gave it away to answer the $6 Million Man, and its
yes.
sequel was I was gonna see
A spinoff.
who would know the spinoff in the chat, but for the $6 Million Man, it had a famous spinoff, and that was the Bionic Woman. Kenny, for 50 points, do you know who starred in the Bionic Woman? Don't Google it.
Lindsay Wagner.
Oh, wow, you're good. Because I was going, what was that child's
Lindsay
name?
Wagner. Hold on a second.
I knew it was Lindsay. I didn't know it was Lindsay who. All right, he's making more adjustments and getting his stuff together. But you know what? That's just
Okay,
a good
yeah,
time
but
for me to just kind of uh, thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Saturday night. Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture is a little something we do every Saturday night, and we appreciate you hanging with us. You can support the show and support us with our Buy Me a Coffee. The link is down in the description. If you're visiting us here on our Facebook page, consider liking the page, liking this stream, as well as if you are joining us on YouTube, also consider giving us a like there as well and subscribing so that you'll get a notification every time we go live with this thing we call Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. All right, so brother man,
Okay,
how are
yeah.
things going?
The
Okay.
next, now, I put things on the list of one spinoff, but I put them on a list because I thought the spinoff was relevant to pop culture. So the next one had one spinoff, the Tracy Ullman Show,
Ah,
a spinoff of The Simpsons. Simpsons has been on TV for 20 something years is it now?
I think it's
And
I think it's approaching 30 years. I think it's the longest running
yeah,
it's the
yeah,
longest running animated show, and I know it beat the Flintstones that for a while was one of the longest running animated shows. But what a lot of people don't
yeah,
know is that The Simpsons actually started out as these little bumpers that were on between the commercial breaks of the Tracy Ullman Show. So
yes.
that was like the original Tracy Ullman Show. So The Simpsons have been on TV since, well, I don't know. Would you count? Like the Tracy Ullman Show was back in like
I would count it.
1989, 1987.
Wow. Wow, that's a long time.
So I mean that is, you know, older than a lot of folks have been alive. So it has been around for 32 seasons. So 32 seasons. So I
Yeah.
got, you know, ooh, Lord have mercy. Now again, 89 to the present is I guess the Simpsons show, but since the Tracy Ullman show was back to 87, they've actually been on, television even longer than that. But
Yeah.
that's like a spinoff with like some long-term longevity.
Yeah.
That's like serious spinoff. The next one on our list is
That,
a
that's probably
spinoff
that probably has to be the
from
most successful spinoff we have.
well,
Probably
but again,
has to
how
be
are
the
you
most
measuring
successful spinoff.
success? Is it popularity as far as ratings or average ratings per season or longevity? Because those are two different things.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. We have to get the ratings they are.
So, next is Cheers, where everybody knows your name. And what was so cool is last summer. No, I lie. Not last summer. Last summer I was in the house like everybody else. But the summer of 2019, I got to go to Boston for the uh, National Principals Conference, and I had an opportunity to visit the Cheers bar. But our next one on our list is the TV show Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Does it look the
Norm!
same inside? Does it look the same inside as it does on the show?
Um, you know what? I just went to the gift shop. I took a picture of that. The outside looks the same. The bar, actually, the bar. It was so crowded down there. I didn't even get in, and I just visited the gift shop and kept it moving. But Frasier was
The
the spinoff
Tortellis?
from Cheers, and actually Frasier, I think, was as far as spinoffs go, was a pretty successful spinoff. Sometimes
Yeah.
things spin off and it just fizzles, but I think Frasier.
Ed has
Um,
something down there called the. I don't remember the Tortellis.
the oh yeah, there was the Tortellis. I do remember the Tortellis.
I don't
That
remember
was
the Tortellis. I don't remember that.
that was oh what's
Um,
the
um,
guy that Eddie Tortelli. That's who Carla married. Like,
yeah. No, Carla's last name was Tortelli.
I think at one point Frasier might have been bigger than Cheers, but you know what? That was part of that Thursday night lineup. Like NBC had that killer Thursday night lineup that I definitely
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. You had Cosby, Cheers, Night Court, and something else is in there.
But they cycled a lot of things through that Thursday night lineup too. Because didn't they have a
Yeah, that
lineup
Thursday
too
night
with all
lineup
those
was.
shows that were set in Florida that all were yeah, Scooby like barely remembers that one, but Nick Tortelli, yeah. But I thought they didn't get along. The actress who played Carla, and the actor who played Nick Tortelli, Jay. Gosh, I can't remember him. He just passed away. He was a radio
Yeah, but he
DJ.
passed away. He
Yeah,
passed away not too
he
long
passed
ago,
away about
and he
a
yeah,
year or so ago.
but he didn't get along. They didn't get along. And he made a joke about having to kiss her.
Okay. Now the next one, I'm going to turn over to you,
She got it.
and
She was cute.
you're going to have to take it. I would talk slow and make sure you repeat yourself in case your mic goes out, because this next
The
section
next
I know
one.
nothing about.
The next one is Arrow. As you can see, I have all the comic book things behind me in my posters. But the next one was Arrow. Arrow is a show about Green Arrow that was on for years. And the spinoff from Arrow was The Flash. And also the spinoff from Arrow and The Flash was Legends of Tomorrow. And it's a great superhero show. The Flash, of course, is about the Flash, fastest man alive. Legends of Tomorrow was about, this group of heroes fixing time. And from that, I also put in Supergirl and Black Lightning and Stargirl also, because they're all in the same CW universe of shows, all intertwined. But Arrow was the helm show, but now Arrow is canceled, not canceled. Arrow is done. They stopped filming Arrow, so now Flash is in charge, I guess. And all those shows. 'Cause Arrow, they killed him. But in any event,
Good
Flash and all the
job.
W
And
shows
like I said, I have
all
to leave it to you.
spring from Arrow.
I have to leave that to you. I know I'm going to be working this week on catching up on my Marvel universe, because I think that's what we're talking about next week is a Marvel universe.
Yes, next week is Marvel,
Now the next,
and I
the
will have a
next.
better connection.
Go ahead. You can say that again.
No, I will have a better connection.
Okay, let's hope we'll work on that. The next show is called Love American Style. Now, for you young chaps that aren't old enough to remember the '70s, there used to be this thing called the '70s, and back in the
Love American
'70s, back
style.
when you had to get up off the couch and physically turn the television knob and adjust the
Actually, have to turn
gravities,
the knobs.
or play with the hanger that you had back there to get the good stations. There was a
Only
show
if you were
called
in the
Love
ghetto.
American Style. And basically, it was kind of like a variety show for sitcoms, because it would be these little vignettes, I think, of little stories. And from those little stories, there were actually a couple of series, or one series that came about, and that was called Happy Days. And from Happy Days, we have gotten just a slew of series, everything from Laverne and Shirley, Shemazel,
Shemazo
Boss and Faf Incorporated,
Incorporated. We're gonna do it.
Mork and Mindy. He had a hand thing too on Mork and
Nanu
Mindy.
Nanu. Nanu was Nanu. I don't know.
How
It
did
was
he do
Nanu
it?
Nanu though. I don't know how you do it. No, it was Nanu Nanu though. Was it? I don't know. Was it? It wasn't the Spock thing.
It wasn't a
It was.
Spock
I
thing,
can't.
but it was
It
a
wasn't
it was
Spock
it was
thing,
a
but it
hand
was a
thing on.
yeah.
There was a
Nanu Nanu.
hand
I
thing
don't
on
know.
Mork and Mindy, and then again, it might not have been the best spinoff or the most successful, but it's the most known, and that is
I think.
Joni Loves Chachi. If
Yeah.
not for people cracking jokes and making fun, and Scott Baio before he
Let's
was
also
extreme.
we got the famous term about sitcoms, called "jump the shark" from Happy Days.
Aha, yes, one of my
When
personal favorites,
Fonzie
because I
jumped the
know
shark, yeah,
Kenny, I know you're not a fan. You're not a Howard Stern fan, but I am. And the Howard Stern show has something called the Wrap Up Show. And the guy on the Wrap Up Show who hosted, his name is John Hine. He actually came up with Jump the Shark and created the website. And the term came from, or the term Jump the Shark, which was a website he developed. And it talked about series when they reach that point where it's like, okay, you've jumped the shark, comes from Happy Days, and it is the episode where Fonzie indeed jumps over a shark. So a lot of people think Joni Loves Chachi probably jumped the shark before they even started, but just about every show
I think
has a
I think
jump the shark moment.
yeah.
I have a whole
I think Mork
theory
and Mindy
about.
jumped the shark when they Mork and Mindy. I'm sorry, Mork and Mindy jumped the shark. They added Jonathan Winters as the kid.
Mhm. Oh, I think so. Well, I have a whole theory about shows that rely on the sexual tension between the two lead actors. Like the minute they break that, that's when they jump the shark.
You
You
jumped the shark.
know, when
Moon.
Dave and Addie on Moonlighting, did that whole rumble tumble to have sex, that's when they jumped the shark. When Sam and Diane finally got together, that's when they jumped the shark. Mulder and
The
Skelly
shark. Yep.
jumped the shark. I mean, the list goes on, but you know what? You want one good way to ruin a great show
You,
is when they do that, jump the shark.
you brought back a
My
painful
favorite
memory
was
for me.
Silk Stockings. I
Yeah,
remember
but they
the
killed him,
day
didn't
that
they?
show jumped the shark. I actually called my mom because we both were fans and we used to watch it all the time. And I'm like, what? Can you believe it? What are they doing? Stop that! Why are they kissing? Anyway,
You brought
okay,
back you brought
huh?
back you brought back a bad memory for me. In Moonlighting when David and Ad and he was trying to tell her that he loved her, and he knocked on her door, and Mark Harmon answered in a robe, and they played that Al Jarreau, "When you give love, you make me leave my happy home." And he was all sad because she was with somebody else.
Right,
That
you
was
were
all sad.
singing in there, so I had to stop you. But anyway, oh, when Mark Harmon came in the scene.
That's
All
all he
right,
said.
back to our list.
Yeah.
Talking about some more modern
Hey,
shows.
man,
A newer show from ABC called Blackish has actually already sparked two
yes.
different spin-offs. One called Grownish and one called
Yep. I've
Mixed
never
Ish.
let's mix it yet, but I've
I
seen
can't even say
Grownish, and it's
that.
pretty
I
good.
don't even know whether they can say
Mixish,
that because Mixed
mixed.
Ish. They were just making up words. Okay. Now, one of the shows, and I kind of put it in the little thumbnail that I created. And again, I apologize, guys, because I was so obsessed with WandaVision that I didn't do my little overlays. But MASH was one of the shows that we had on the list as far as spin-offs. And I always thought MASH was interesting because MASH actually had a spin-off. And that's Andrew. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Is saying Mixed Dish is excellent. And so we can't say it, but we can watch it. And hello to you, by the way. Thanks for joining us.
Andrew.
Thanks for hanging out here with Kathy and Kenny as we explain pop culture as best we can. And again, one of the things we're going to explain or work on is Kenny's connection because he's got that mic that's going in and out. But
Yes.
MASH, I thought it was interesting because Trapper John was a spinoff from MASH that happened like years later with this character,
Yes.
with again a different actor, but again in a new role. And also the fact that MASH was this like 30-minute sitcom. Basically, that had its serious moments, but was a sitcom. But Trapper John wasn't a sitcom, and usually that's the pattern. If the show's a drama, then the spin-off's a drama. If the show's a sitcom, then the spin-off is a sitcom, taking the character and moving them to someplace else.
That
But
Trapper
Trapper
John
John
was a
kind of
drama,
broke that rule all up,
starring
I
Parnell Roberts and Matt Sinclair.
yeah. There was another spinoff called Aftermash, and again, but hey, Ed,
Aftermath.
it was on the list. Just so you know, it was on the list. Okay. Oh wait, I gotta move the list down. Yeah, it was on the list.
Yeah, move this way.
I'm sorry. Because we do have a list. Come on now. Come on. Hello. There's
I-
a list. All right.
Yeah, yeah. It's a list. I want to say
We
something
do notes for the
real
show.
quick. I
Believe it
know
or not.
people. I know I'm running. I know I'm running in and out, and I know people are having a hard time. But I want to say something to culture kids that don't. The people who don't know us, the kids that are listening to us. I As strange as this believe, because I was talking about this with somebody else over the weekend. This is how Cassie and I actually act regularly. This is not us being stupid and nerdish about pop culture is not an act. This is what we do this all the time. So
Well,
if you meet us in
I
person,
think, and
this is how we
yeah,
act.
I hear what you're saying. I think anybody who is friends with us on Facebook probably know this, and we've told this story before. But again, we probably were a bit of latchkey kids, kind of raised on early cable and way too much television. um, but one of the games we used to play at the time when my brother lived in Jersey, I lived in New York, was to leave messages on each other's answering machines with like movie quotes that we had to guess what the movie was, and usually we'd call back, and it's like I hate to get a real person because I wanted to just leave a message. Ha! I know that quote. That was from Fame. And by the way, a vu coco a vu, and or give him another quote or anyway.
I gave it one this week.
Just the silliness
But
that again our conversations devolve into.
yes, I
There's our
can vouch for
cousin
them.
Lisa saying yes. I can vouch for them.
Cousin Lisa,
They are
yes.
that corny and nerdy,
I
and
gave you. I gave.
talk
I
about
gave
stuff.
you. I gave you
Would you give me?
that night online an easy quote.
Oh yes.
Easy quote.
Oh yeah, yeah. The quote was, and this week's quote was, "Hey, how'd you know my name was Jack? I call all you dudes Jack." And if you don't know, well now you
I thought.
know. That was Don
I didn't
Cheadle
think.
from.
I thought you might have. I thought you might have to work for that a little bit.
You're cutting out, so and again, I'm sorry, and I know it feels like I'm kind of talking over Kenny, but I know that's because he's having some technical issues, and his sound is fading out, so we can't even hear the quote that you are giving. But we are going to move on with the
You had to
list
work
as
for
we
that.
wind this show
Yes.
down, because our next show on the list, which actually I was thinking about. Well, I know it's not a spinoff of the Dick Van Dyke Show, but when I think of Mary Tyler Moore, you got to think Dick Van Dyke. And again, watching
Yeah.
WandaVision, and those first two episodes were very much in the vein
Yes.
of a
Yes.
Dick
Dick
Van
Van
Dyke
Dyke.
show, and then actually. And again, spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. And you don't have to be a fan of the Marvel Universe or superhero movies. If you're a TV fan, I think you might appreciate it. Some people said the first two episodes were a little slow. I found them to be really fun and entertaining. And but anyway, I digress. But that is because the next show we're talking about is the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And the Mary Tyler Moore Show had a lot of spinoffs, a lot of cool things that were spin off. Can you name the spinoff from the Dukes of Hazzard? Ooh, Ed Brown,
What?
good
There was,
one.
there was a spinoff?
There was a spinoff from the Dukes of Hazzard. I, 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 I don't. I'm not even gonna try to cheat and look that up. We're gonna see if that pops up.
Yeah, the Dukes of
We're gonna
Hazzard.
leave that
They
up
didn't have,
until somebody pops up.
there was no spinoff.
Huh?
There was no
Was it
spinoff.
was
That's
it
making that
around
up.
Boss Hog, or was it around the I'm kind of thinking that's who
A
it would have been
spinoff
around if there
from
was a
Dukes of
Dukes of Hazzard
Hazzard.
spinoff.
There was no spinoff.
There's no
Was
spinoff for the Dukes of Hazzard.
this?
I think there was off of the
Was it
off of
around
the
Cletus?
Cletus. I don't know. Let's see. Oh gosh, I lost the stream. Here we go. I'm sorry. Well, we'll see if somebody pokes an answer in there. But anyway, I was talking Mary Tyler Moore and Enos. Enos?
Enos
He was the sheriff, though, or not the sheriff, but he wasn't he one
Enos
of the
was the guy that
deputies or something?
no, Enos was the guy that fixed the cars.
Oh,
No,
Enos
Enos
fixed
was
the
the guy that
cars. Huh. I know. I kind of think with WandaVision, they could have had like and I know with streaming services, it's not like regular TV. Where usually regular TV, you get like 21 episodes, 22 episodes, and I was a
yeah.
little thrown off too that the early episodes were only like 38, 36 minutes, but they had these long and again, shame on you, Disney, because you made me watch the end credits because I'm thinking it's going to be like a Marvel movie and there's going to be more to it. But
Did
anyway,
you? No, 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 no. On the last episode, did you watch the last? Did you watch the last episode?
I did watch the last episode, and yeah, they
Did you
did the
watch?
Marvel thing at the end of that where they come after the main credits and give
There
you
were
like the little.
there were the last three episodes. There were in the episode two post credit scenes.
Okay, okay, and again, I didn't get all of that because you broke up. But I will say we were talking Mary Tyler Moore show, so let's
There
go
were
over
two
those.
post credit scenes.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll probably talk that more next week. Hopefully, we can get that connection tightened up, and
Yeah.
maybe you need to go over because you have Verizon. You might fare better connecting through your Verizon, uh, using your phone as a hotspot and connecting that way. If the internet
Oh yeah, I could
that
do
you're
that.
connecting to
I could try that.
is not sufficiently
Tablet on my phone. I could try to use that as a hotspot. Yeah.
doing the duty.
Yeah.
So, or maybe connecting on the phone, and that might be another way to go. But we'll talk more and get into the tech of that for next week. But anyway, Mary Tyler Moore famously had the Rhoda spinoff, and that was her best friend. And again, that jumped the shark when she got married, which I know was really early in the show. But anyway, Phyllis
she got
was
that.
also a spinoff from Mary Tyler Moore. And again, notably, kind of like MASH did had the success with Trapper John being like a dramatic show. One of the second waves of the medical shows. We should do a medical show one week. But anyway, but Mary Tyler Moore also had the spinoff of Lou Grant, which again, Lou Grant, Mr. Grant. I like doing my Mr. Grant. Probably not as good as my Forrest Gump, but we'll save that for another time. But anyway, Lou Grant was a drama show an hour-long drama based off a half-hour comedy, and I think he was just making sure you both saw the post scenes for the final one. Yes.
Yes, I was.
And again, I think
I was,
in the
yes.
early episodes, yeah, that's exactly in the early episodes of WandaVision, because I guess that's setting us up for. Does that woman become Captain Marvel or okay? I'm
No.
already on next
Oh,
week's show,
that.
and I am not like
Yeah, she's called
a comic,
Photon.
huh?
She's called Photon. Yeah, she's called Photon. Rambo is Photon. That's her
Okay,
superhero name.
because I also have to kind of delve into my Marvel universe because that's what we're going to be talking about next week. But I was expecting on each episode I wanted something else. And also I have to go back because after I watched all of the WandaVisions, then the next thing I did is I watched a bunch of nerdy coffees with another streamer, YouTuber, Hey Archer, and I know Scooby Life, Andrew. Some of you guys might know him, but I watched all his nerdy coffees, and I realized that the commercials might have had Easter eggs in them, so I got to go back and watch that. But I'm off topic.
Yeah, they did.
Let's get back. We're almost done with our list of spin-offs.
Oh, did you see what Ed
here on Kathy and Kenny Talk Pop Culture? Oh, go ahead. I'll give it to you.
named it off from Sanford and Son, and I believe that was Grady.
No,
Grady is a
spin-off
spinoff
from
from Sanford
Sanford
and
and Son was Chico and the Man.
No, Grady.
Chico and the Man. Oh no, I know. I
Grady.
got this. Chico and the Man was a spinoff of
It was not.
Sanford.
No, no, it wasn't.
Yes, yes, it was. Do you want to bet money? I don't bet,
I do.
but I would bet you money. If
I
I
do.
had
I do.
money, I bet you money.
Right. Grady. Ed, tell her Grady.
No, Chico and the
Grady.
Man was a spinoff from Sanford
Grady.
and Son. But Chico and the Man was a spinoff of Sanford and Son. I'm sure of it. Come
No,
on.
it was not. It was not. No,
Fact
it was
check
not.
that. I think it was.
Chico Man was.
I think you guys
It
are
was.
wrong.
Spinning.
I think you're.
No, no.
I think it was. Was Chico and the Man a spinoff of Sanford and Son? Yeah. See,
You can Google all you want.
I can Google all I want, but I'd be right. Come on. Chico and the Man. Or maybe it's because it was it by the same creators? I thought it was a spinoff of Sanford and Son. I think it was.
No,
I'm
no,
going
no, no,
to
no,
think
no.
it was.
You're getting Freddie. He's getting Freddie. Movie Life is getting Freddie Prinze mixed up with the other Spanish actor that was doing a lot of stuff. So it's getting
All right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't like being wrong, but I thought Chico and the
there's
Man
another
was a spinoff.
there's
Okay,
another
our
Hispanic
last
actor.
show that spawned like a ton. It's kind of like our first show. Star Trek had a ton of spinoffs, and so did this next show, and that's All in the Family. All in the Family launched like a
Yes,
ton of spinoffs. A lot of them successful, some of them not successful. I know the last one was probably 704 Hauser, which was the address of All in the Family, and I think they tried to do a reboot in like the 90s or something, or it might have been the 2000s, that didn't quite take off. I'm not quite sure how successful Gloria was, or even Checking In. But the ones that you know about, the more famous spinoffs, were things like Archie Bunker's Place, Maude, Good Times, and The Jeffersons. So that's like, I think as far as having hits, I would probably say that All in the Family probably had more hit spinoffs between Good Times, The Jeffersons, Maude, than any other. I mean, with Star Trek being a close second, because Star Trek did give us Next Generation, which, quiet as it's kept, Next Generation is actually better than the original Star Trek. Don't tell William Shatner or George Takei, but it is. Sorry. Facts. Facts, people. Facts. I mean,
okay.
Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No. Go ahead.
Am I right or am I right? Next Generation was by far the best in the Star Trek franchise. Come on, somebody. Tell me about it. No? Okay. We're going to say I'm right. As usual, I'm the big sister. I'm the oldest. I'm the smartest. I'm the prettiest. I'm the best. Thank you. Anyway, and I control the camera angles. So, just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Wow. And Kitty, he's going to play around a little more with his tech. But we want to thank you for joining our tech here on Saturday night. We are Kathy and Kitty. I thank you. Andrew, back up. Yay. Somebody who agrees with me. Next Generation, by far the best Star Trek of all those. And I think my favorite, Kenny, what would you say is your favorite spin-off series of all the series we talked about tonight? What would be the best?
The best. I would say Arrow.
Arrow? Okay. There was a TV show that was loosely based on the film.
Oh, that you.
Maybe not a spin-off, but a close. Oh, I can. What's Happening was not a spinoff, but I guess spinoff from a movie, but it was loosely based on the movie Cooley High. Oh. I'm sorry. That's just, oh, the Scooby Life, that's just wrong. I'm sorry. That's just oh, I'm sorry. You know what? You want to talk about the South all day long, but hey, we're rocking the internet. But the Scooby Life, that's the best. I'm sorry. Yes, what's happening? Right again. All right. I was wrong on the whole Chico and the Man thing. I really thought it was a spinoff. Maybe that's just because they were on TV back to back on Friday nights or whatever. But or maybe it was Thursday nights. I don't know. I was young back then, but I remember watching them back to back. So maybe they should have been a spinoff. Hey, wasn't there a spinoff? Wasn't Empty Nest a spinoff? Do you remember Empty Nest? Wasn't that a spinoff of the Golden Girls? Because we didn't. Uh-oh, now I can't hear you at all. Okay. Good Times and What's Happening. Well, Good Times I know was a spinoff of All in the Family, but What's Happening really wasn't necessarily. But I could have swore, well, I know NBC had like a lineup on Saturday night with like Golden Girls and Empty Nest, and there was a bunch of different shows, and sometimes they would do those like theme shows where it was all related, and like if a hurricane or something was hitting, it would hit all four shows and they would show them back to back. And what's really kind of funny and funky is that they would do those shows. Sometimes the characters would jump and be on each of the different shows. But when they syndicate that stuff and, you're watching like, a 2 hour, or 2 show block of Golden Girls or Empty Nest or, oh God, you want to go back? It's a Living. Anybody remember that one? Anyway, that you don't get those special shows. So you remember it barely. Okay, I'm showing my age. Like I said, we are going to need that GoFundMe for Kenny's mic. Yes, okay, I thought it was. Empty Nest was a spinoff of the Golden Girls, and I think the Golden Girls had another show, too, that spun off from it. But, yeah, I would love those crossover shows. You used to do good crossovers every once in a while. I don't know whether they crossed over as much, but I know they were both on ABC Saturday nights, and that was Love Boat and Fantasy Island. And I think they did do a crossover, Love Boat, Fantasy Island. Somebody's got to research that for me. Perfect Strangers had one of the best spinoffs, Family Matters. Yes, I think that might have been a better show than like the original. I think Family Matters might definitely was on longer. I was never a big Perfect Strangers fan, but I did catch an occasional Family Matters, and I will say I am Team Urkel 110%. Anyway, listen, we are at our hour. Kenny is still playing with the mic. Now I don't think he has any sound, so he's just going to make hand gestures at us, nanu, nanu, as we walk out. You know what? We definitely are going to have to buy Kenny a coffee or perhaps buy him some internet. That's what's going to be our theme. So I thought I was helping. I brought him a microphone, but it looks like it's still going to be a work in progress. So we're going to work on that for next week. Yeah, I don't know whether they do crossovers. I guess the whole Arrow thing and the CW universe is the closest we get to crossovers. We're gonna have to have Kenny just leave his comment, his thoughts in the comments. I want well, yeah, we'll have to put the closed captioning on and just use the comments. I know Kenny's getting a lot of shade. All with love, but once again, we love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for hanging out with us. We're Kathy and Kenny as we explain or just I talk about pop culture. Kenny just makes some gestures. We love you too so much. We see you guys Nanu Nanu, live long and prosper. Have a great week. Next week, we're talking Marvel Universe, so we will see you back here next week as we hang out. Kathy and Kenny, talk pop culture. Peace.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.